One, you are live.
Welcome to WagerTalk Today, the gold standard of sports betting shows where we talk the talk and walk the walk. It's Thursday, and it's UFC week, so we're going to start off with Gianni. We're going to talk some UFC. Dan, we got a loaded show. Get on in here, Dan. You look a million times better than you did yesterday.
I feel a million. All we had to do was beat Prez's ass in the comment off, and shout out to those who watch WagerTalk Today. We'll circle back and explain to those who didn't watch yesterday's show the feat that we pulled off, but we doubled up the best betting show ever. So we'll circle back to that. But you know, folks, we got free plays coming your way, all kinds of action coming your way. We're going to start off with Gianni. We're going to talk UFC 324 with him. Of course, he's going to give you the Steam report. What have we seen here in some of these NFL games as back down to 4.5, essentially painted in that Broncos and Patriots game. Who is betting it and how much are they betting? Gianni going to let you know. He's also going to talk a little hoops as well. And then we got Joe Raineri coming by, licking the wounds of the Miami loss against you. But you guys cashed for people who hopped on that 7-day special all week long. So I don't think anyone is bemoaning. Joe's going to give you a play in some NFL action, and he's going to talk that NBA Prime doubleheader, Warriors, Mavericks, Lakers, Clippers. You know we got WTF and LFG, and we need to get a win in that. Andy's got all around the world. So loaded show here on a Thursday. And Andy, yes, I am feeling 1,000,000% better.
Nice. Devine, shout out to Andy for cashing that one, but 4% and the 2% tennis play. Listen, my goal for this time of year is to show you guys how to make money in these sports and in these markets that you're probably not paying attention to. And we cleaned up on doubles tennis at the Australian Open. Also, yeah, we just cashed another 4% cricket. Telling you guys, you want to build your bankroll. You want this to be a serious thing. These are the sports that you do it in. So, yeah, appreciate everybody that jumped on board. And let's get into it, Dan. Come on, let's do we have to get back on track with WTF LFG. The single worst pick in history yesterday.
We lost by 60 points. We took 11.5. We had to take 60.5 to cover. Holy shit, that was bad.
Yeah, the play of the day was taking Brooklyn plus 11.5, and you would have lost if you took them plus 50.5. You would have imagine losing that alt line. So it was truly terrible. But you lose by the hook or you lose by 50, doesn't matter. Get us back on track. What's today's play?
Yeah, on these plays, we're now sitting 15-9, so still profitable. We're on a 2-game skid. We're looking to bounce back, and we're going to talk a little Europa action here for you guys. And this one goes at 12:45. After we have a 60-point loss, we have to go to some premier teams, right? No, let's talk the game that's featuring one of the worst teams in Europa League. Maccabi Tel Aviv is taking on Freiberg. This one, again, going at 12:45. Freiberg coming into this game, sitting closer to the top of the table, the German side there. They're 4-2. Tel Aviv still searching their first win in Europa, 0-6. Now, all the juice in this game tells you Freiberg is going to absolutely smoke this team. And that surely is the likely outcome. However, the juice is also saying that there should be a lot of goals in this game. And that's the part that I don't quite get in this Freiberg-Tel Aviv game. Yes, this is a major mismatch. Yes, Tel Aviv should probably get run off of the pitch here. However, both of these teams, it's their first Europa League action since December 11th. There was a bit of a break, so now they're returning to play here in Europa. And Freiberg, while they're at the top of the table, it's not like they're this offensive stalwart. They're 9 goals in 6 games. Tel Aviv has only scored 2 games in their 6 matches, or 2 goals, in their 6 matches. Also, Freiberg at home, only 1 goal allowed all year. So as I'm handicapping this game, Andy, this feels much more to me like a return to play for Freiberg, written like a 2-0 win, more likely a 1-0 win. I don't think a tie is in play here, but I'm actually looking toward the under in this one. The over is juiced crazily, which I just find wild at under 2.5. This is something that Tel Aviv has gone under routinely simply because they don't score and they're playing a good defensive side. And I'm not going to tell you that Tel Aviv is good on the road, but they're better defensively in away matches than they are at home. For whatever reason, it's just been a team who has traveled at least better. They have allowed half the goals on the road that they have at home. I think it's a snooze fest, Andy, coming up here at 12:45. Under 2.5 is plus 135. And if you really think Maccabi has no shot in this match, Freiberg to win, pairing that with the under 2.5, that's plus 230. But the official play for me in this game, under 2.5, plus 135. WTF or LFG in this disgusting match for you guys off the top?
I did not have a 3-minute breakdown of Freiberg Tel Aviv on my bingo.
I'm sorry
today.
Yeah,
but that's what
much.
The segment is all about. You got LFG from me. Yeah, two bad teams, and I'm looking at it, and yeah, there's multiple ways. Like if you actually want to play this, yeah, there's some ways you can same game parlay it. Like you can take Freiberg tie no bet with under 3.5. To if you really want to have action on this game, there's multiple ways to same game parlay it. But for 2.5, yeah, snoozer. I get 2-0.
Plus 135 starts at 12:45. Freiberg, Maccabi Tel Aviv under 2.5. Comment below. Are you following or are you fading? And we have talked more than enough about that, Andy. But I love that Seth is already cashing right out of the gate here.
It is weird back-to-back days that you can say tennis, golf, cricket, NBA. It's weird,
that's the betting with Andy Lang experience, though. You know what I mean? Like that. This is what we do. We cash on tennis and golf while everybody else is betting NBA and betting all these other sports. It's what we do. And might as well bring Gianni in right here because this is something that, Gianni, you've specialized in year over year. Get down on these sports. Get down on these leagues. I mean, you've come on here and given us, these Russian soccer leagues or Russian hockey leagues. You bet them until the odds maker says, I don't want your action anymore, especially if you have an edge, because it's a hell of a lot easier finding an edge in these kind of sports than, coming on here and trying to bet the AFC and any NFC championship game, which we're all going to do anyway. But these lower volume sports, man, while you can cash on them and before the bookie says, I don't want your action anymore, that's where you should be firing a lot of your bankroll, right?
Of course. I mean, you could just say it's the limits. It tells you where they're most vulnerable. There's a reason they're willing to take, 6 figures on an NFL side, but they're not willing to take, a dime on certain totals. And it's because they feel that those markets are more efficient and harder to beat. And those smaller markets are definitely easier to beat. Less wise guys are attacking them. So you're not trading against the best on the planet like you're doing in a lot of these other sports and other prop markets in other sports. So your competition is even a lot easier in those markets. The negative is books don't really write a lot of volume on those matchups. So your action sticks out. And if they're not writing tickets on the other side and you're beating them constantly, that's going to get you limited or kicked out. That's the only negative, but that's the job. It's like being an advantage blackjack player. Your job's to get in as many hands as possible. Their job's to get rid of you and not let you play. It's the same with sports betting. Your job's to find soft lines and books that don't move quick enough. Their job is to move you when you beat the close, get rid of you. So it's been cat and mouse. I don't get mad at books for doing that. I just always thought that was the game, kind of like cops and robbers.
Gianni, we got a question in the chat. John, we're going to get to this in just a second. It's about unit size, and we could spend an hour talking about it, but I want to get your take on some of the line moves in the big games, NFL, and get the Steam report, and then we'll address bet size because it's really important, one of the most important things. So, John, we will get to that. Tell us what you're seeing in NFL. We'll start there.
All right. Well, what you got to remember is this late in the season, unless there's something significant happening, like in the Denver matchup, you're not going to get too big of a line move. And if you do, it's usually going to get corrected back the other way because there's always multiple opinions when it comes this late in the season. And you're going to see not too many big line moves. But the Denver and New England is one of those rare situations where we're going into championship weekend and you just lost the quarterback. So it took a little while for the market to figure out where this is going to settle because immediately it went to 5.5, then went up to 6, I think, even 6 minus 115s. And then you started seeing it come back down once everybody started doing their math, once the quants got involved and told us what Stidham's worth. You started seeing the market settle around 4.5, 5. And that was a two-sided action, meaning early money came in on New England immediately because they want to get out ahead of injury information. Once the adjustment was made and the other groups saw it was a little too significant, you saw Denver money come in. And that's why we're looking now 4.5 across the board. As far as the total goes, if you watch Bet on it, you already know what I'm on. And I got my subscribers out ahead of the market. We went over 41. It's now as high as 43. So I did my job. Now they got to go out there and do theirs. In the second game, Rams and Seattle. This one also a little surprising at the significant line move. And here's what I mean. It opened 2.5. It went to that key number of 3. And now it's come back. I thought once it got to 3, it was going to stay there. But the fact it's now 2.5 kind of is a telling sign. They're getting good balanced action, and that's what should happen. These two teams played each other twice already. Both games were random outcomes, meaning they were a coin flip who's going to win the game. And I think it's one of those where the books say, you guys figure it out. And it'll put them in a good position unless this game lands 3. As far as the total, again, we haven't seen any movement at all. 46.5, 47, still sitting right around there. And that's exactly what we're going to get when it comes this late in the NFL playoffs. If you saw the Steam sheet, we put out earlier, Seattle and Denver as, again, both got hit. But when it comes to the NFL playoff sides and totals, you'll see sharp action on both sides a lot, especially once the line moves. Like, I wouldn't be surprised to see under money come in on New England, Denver on Sunday, especially if the weather's bad and it's 43 or 43.5. Again, lines are tight in the NFL this late in the season. Not a lot of value as far as the books think. So, for me, I like these games. I'll be honest with you. I already had my package up, already fired 1.4%, looking to confirm the second game as well, because I just use my numbers. And if my numbers differ from what the market is, I'm going to trust them and fire. And we're looking at some differences in both these games. And I think because of the narrative, like we have a special narrative with these conference tournament championships. New England, Denver, we have a backup quarterback situation. That's a factor we all have to consider. Everyone's going to have a different opinion on it. Rams, Seattle, third matchup. Again, everyone's going to have an opinion because we're all going to conclude different based on how we saw those first 2 games. Did we think one team got lucky? Did we think one team should have won? But that's the beauty of markets. We're all betting into the same market, but we're seeing it differently. So again, not much sharp action on the sides or totals, except for, like I told you, getting out ahead of the market. And then it's all going to come in on props and possible team totals come Saturday or Sunday.
Shout out to Garth. Appreciate the donation there, brother. Garth donated $5. That goes to charity. And Gianni, Garth is in our Discord. This guy bets volleyball. He's 50 and 28.
Just putting money.
Garth's doing the Lord's work here, brother. Thank you, Garth, for the donation. If any donations, we pick a charity and it goes to. So appreciate you, Garth, for donating. Yanni, we see anything in college? Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is.
The Omaha Supernovas taking on the Columbus Fury. Appreciate that.
It's great. He
find
posts
that on
links.
the Green Book right now. Yeah.
He posts the links to watch it. Now I'm watching volleyball on like Monday nights.
Of course you are. Of course you are.
Why not? Don't have Monday Night Football. See anything in college basketball for the people today, Yanni?
Yeah, we do definitely have hoops action. NBA and college basketball. So far in college basketball, some of the moves: 771 Campbell, 770 Appalachian State. I think that one probably went off. I think it was an early game. 821 Missouri State +6, 818 Southeast Missouri -5.5, 774 James Madison -3.5, 838 UTEP +2 in the NBA. I actually have an NBA package up Been very
Ooh.
successful with NBA in 2025, 2026. Currently up over 40 units, 62% on my premiums. Been very, very selective. And I confirmed 2 moves today, a 4% side and a 3% total. There's a 2-pack up at WagerTalk. Under Charlotte, Orlando, that got steamed early. It's getting steamed again. If you look at your board, it's probably going to light up because it's coming across my DM as we speak. They went under 229, under 228, and they're about to go under 227. Charlotte, Orlando, someone must be out. And then the Minnesota, Chicago, that one also, we saw the over get hit, and at 239.5, it's about to get steamed under. That's also got some kind of injury situation, because that's also in my DM right now to take the 10 on Chicago, take the 10 on Chicago. So something's going on with Minnesota because they're about to take the 10 and go under there. And then finally, Lakers flipped the favorite, but now it's coming back. But 2 groups that I provide accounts for did take the Lakers +2 on the overnights. It'd be interesting to see if they do anything else. Again, I didn't use that as a premium because I don't really trust those overnights. A lot of times they're used to manipulate the market. But that's some of the hoops we got going on for today.
Gianni, I'll shed some light here. Josh Giddey is probably going to play for Chicago. He almost played in the last game. But they ruled him out last second, so he's going to play. That's the injury there. The Clippers and Lakers is all about Kawhi Leonard. He's been moved to question. What was the other game injury? I'm looking at the injury report right now. I think there was one other one you said.
We said Minnesota, Chicago, Clipper. Oh, Orlando, Charlotte. Orlando, Charlotte.
I don't see anything as of now. They may know.
Ton of under money for whatever reason.
Ton of under. Okay. Franz and Paolo are healthy and back, and it looks like LaMelo's in the starting lineup. So, all right, let's do the bet size thing, Dan. If we can pull up the question, and then we got plenty of time today, Yanni. So I do this bet size, and then we got to talk UFC. We got to talk UFC after this. When you talk bet size, you say to win amount. So $100 bet on a -120 fave, you bet 120 to win 100. If you play the dog, you play to win 100. Why not use 100 as a risk fave? Just bet size, your attack and your approach.
Yeah. For me, it started with just that's just how we did everything. Back in the day, you got to remember, you didn't punch in your number. You used to call your bookmaker, and you just flat bet. And the VIG was already automatic. They just assumed that's what you were betting. Like, you didn't say, give me 330, 200, 220, 550. You just flat bet them. And they added the VIG when you lost. So when I would call the bookie, I would say, give me Dallas for 500, give me Sixers for 200. They take 500, 200. If I lose, that's 550. That's 220. So I broke in for years as a mover. That's just how we did it, because we dealt with bookmakers over the phone. Then when I got to Vegas and I started betting at the window for these groups, that's how they did it. When they flat bet, they would bet the dog. I had a 5-dime limit at the Stardust. I was a runner at the Stardust, and they would give me 5 dimes on NFL. And then they would move the line. So I had a receiver, and I would get the play, and it would say, get us down the Eagles -3. I would get to the window. I'd bet Eagles -3, 5,500 to win 5,000. Then they'd come in and say, take team A, money line +105, 5 dimes. Go up, bet 5 dimes. So I learned from the guys that I was moving for, that's how they manage their risk. Now, I continued that because I figured these guys are smarter than me. And if there was a higher ROI, they'd have figured it out already. Now, if you find that your results are better, that's why I always say you want to document your results. You're not winning. You're not a professional sports bettor unless you're documenting your results. If you can't tell me what you did on December 27th, 2025, then you're not doing this for real. You have to document your results. That's the only way you can know whether you're winning or losing, and you could look back and try to correct behavior that, cost you. So for me, that's just how I learned to do it. That's how guys that made money betting sports and moved markets did it, and it's worked for me. And I've been able to increase my bankroll and compound it using that approach. But like I said, you use what's best for you. Maybe some guys may be more dog heavy or more favorite heavy, and it may benefit them to flat bet a certain way. But based on my style of betting, and I think I'm more dogs. So I don't know how that works out. If it works out more, benefit me because I do it that way. But again, I think you should do whatever produces the greatest ROI for you. And the way you'll know that is by tracking your results. And so far, I just haven't seen any data in front of me that urges me to change it the way I'm doing it. But yeah, if anybody has any great ideas, I'm open to it. That's for sure.
I will bet more on the sports that we have done best in, and that's not breaking news, but like, some of these, I'm going to bet more on our overnight cricket play than I am on my daily NBA props.
Boom.
Because the NBA daily sport, that's a grind. Like you're going to have bets every single day, but when we have a cricket play that maybe 1 or 2 a week, and it's a specialized market, and we have honestly one of the best in the world on our team, I'll bet more on the specialized, kind of individual sports. So, but yeah, Gianni, I have to agree. It really does differ from person to person. I've given up trying to tell people, hey, this is the right way to do it. This is how you should do it. I've given up on that. Like everyone does it their own way. So, all right, UFC 324. We're back, baby. We're back. We're back. We did the full breakdown video at Gianni. I know you've been doing shows. Let's go to the big one. Paddy Pimblett, Justin Gaethje. Paddy is coming in minus 230. I'm seeing, and Justin Gaethje has already dropped the retirement word. Can't do this.
Shout out to my man Block, brother. Hope you're starting off 2026 the right way. If not, we got a long way to go. Just grind. You'll do just fine. You're in here every day, bro. So you're just sharpening up every single day. You got to surround yourself by people that are actually doing it. And trust me, by osmosis, it just rubs off on you. For me, it's Paddy the Batty, bro. I'm not going to jump off that ship. I hear all the argument, strength of schedule. Gaethje's been proven. He's got the 5-round experience. He's got the much tougher strength of schedule. He's been tested. He's gone those championship rounds, all of it. He's got the power. He's the better striker. I'm hearing it all. How's he a 2-1 dog? Listen, man, keep disrespecting Paddy the Batty, and I'll just keep cashing with Paddy the Batty because he continues to outperform the betting market. And I've learned from the Contender Series to not knock guys for their strength of schedule. I used to credit guys for a strong strength of schedule and penalize guys for weak strength of schedule. When I switched that up and instead I credited guys with a strong strength of schedule but didn't penalize guys with a weak strength of schedule, my results really started improving on Contender Series because what I've learned is some guys, they just can't get a fight. Like they're in these small promotions or what have you, and nobody wants to fight them. Now with Paddy, obviously in the UFC, that's not the case, but you can only fight who's in front of you. And he's got 7 UFC fights. He's won all 7 of those, and 5 of those he's got performance bonuses in where he's done the damage. So it hasn't been like fight of the night where he's absorbed damage. It's been performance bonus where he's sliced right through the competition. Bro, that's all you could ever ask for. So for me, I don't knock him for that strength of schedule. I think after he beats Gaethje, we're going to hear, Gaethje is past his prime. He's retiring. He's 37. It's going to be more excuses. And then we're going to get value on Paddy the Batty once again. Because if Paddy gets Gaethje down, it's over. He's going to slice through his guard and choke him out so quickly. Justin's ground game just is not existent. And the difference between the striking for Paddy and Justin isn't even comparable to the difference between the two on the ground. Like Paddy is not at a huge disadvantage in the striking compared to the disadvantage that Gaethje's going to find himself if they're on the mat. He's in a whole different world. Yeah. Where with Paddy in the striking, 3-inch reach advantage, youth, speed, and he's never been knocked out. I don't think he's going to be at a big disadvantage. And like I said, if he gets the takedown, it's game, set, and match.
I will be on the under in some fight not to go in some kind of parlay, because if
I like
Justin
it.
Gaethje wins, it's going to be by a flash knockout. But once Patty gets the back, night. O'Malley, Song Yadong. Am I crazy that I like the dog in that one?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now. I bet the dog. I released the dog to my subscribers.
Let's go.
This is one of those plus EV bets that I'm comfortable making because I'm confident I got the best of it. And I'm probably not going to cash it. Here's what I mean by that. When you take like a plus 200, okay, even during your best runs, when you're running your hottest, you're going to throw that ticket out 6 out of 10 times. So you're going to trash it more than you're going to cash it, but it's still a great bet. And I think this is where this sets up, because I don't think O'Malley should be greater than minus 150. I really don't. I don't think I think it's 60-40. When you look at these two, strength of schedule is exactly the same. They have almost the exact same UFC record against the exact same strength of schedule. Their opponents won 68% of their fights, have almost the exact same volume of UFC fights. Their wins come against opponents that won 66%. Both of them striking, they're even comparable, except, believe it or not, Yadong seems to have more power. His knockdown rate is a little better. The only negative is that he doesn't really have a ground game. He's from alpha male, so he should be able to wrestle, but he only averages like 1 takedown attempt per 5 minutes. And I don't think he's going to be able to really change that up. But the threat of the takedown, because you have to, you saw what Merab did to O'Malley. So I think everyone has to threat the takedown for O'Malley just to make the striking easier on yourself. So that's why I like Yadong. Like I said, anything plus 150 or better, I think it's plus EV, and I got like plus 180. So there was no way I was going to let that go. I like a lot of dogs, and I'm comfortable betting them off this card. Because again, with the dogs, if you're not comfortable throwing away more tickets than you're going to cash and be profitable, then you got to be very selective and probably stay off of dogs, especially bigger dogs. But if you're comfortable knowing you're getting the best of it, but you're still going to throw that ticket away, 4 out of 6 times, but that's okay because those 2 times that you do cash, you'll be ahead, then it's okay. Like, I'm comfortable doing that. I don't mind taking a plus 400, knowing I'm going to throw that ticket out, 7 out of 10 times when I'm running good, but it's just, I'm built for that. And some aren't, like, I'm not built for long-term stuff. Everybody's built differently, and I'm okay with it.
Last underdog, I like Derek Lewis, plus 260. I think he's worth a sprinkle. Guy that hits that hard. You just need one shot to land. So that's the other dog I got my eye on. So
I can't disagree. I like him as well. How can you fade Derek Lewis? They're okay. I get it. He's 41, but they're heavyweights, so it doesn't matter as much. And you saw he's coming in having won 3 of his last 4 fights. He's got the power, and this is a step up for Acosta. So for me, his wins come against guys who won 53% of their fights in the UFC. Derek Lewis is a different animal. It's dog or pass. Acosta, again, minus 300s don't usually lose much, but he shouldn't be minus 300. No way.
All right, Gianni, thank you so much for sticking around. 2 guests today. What do you have up for everyone at Wager Talk?
We're in action. I have a 2-pack tonight in the NBA. Like I said, I'm really doing well in NBA, over 60% in 2025. I have the Steam sheet up. There's NFL in there. There's college basketball. There's NBA in there. And there's even NHL. So a nice Steam sheet's up for you today. There's the Sunday NFL division conference championship package. I may have a 5%. Not sure if I'm going to confirm it. At least 2 4%. One's already in there. And then I also have the UFC package with a 5% that's already in the package. 3 premiums already in there. Don't wait. We get ahead of the market and should have a couple more before Saturday because I really like this card. So, yeah, things are good, man. Coming off another winning day. Just keep grinding. So, 2026, baby. Let's keep grinding.
Love it, Gianni. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, brother. We'll see you tomorrow on football and NBA Friday. We have a new guest in our company Slack, Dan. I call him 1208 Johnny. It's when Johnny Detroit sends us a special to promote at 1208. even though the show starts at 12.
Well, to be fair, I mean, it's not like Gianni doesn't have a million and one things going on, but it does seem like clockwork that it's like, oh, Andy, we're 10 minutes into the show. I actually have a really good promo for you. It's a good promo, though, and we were able to get a graphic done for it. Big 25% off coupon, and Andy, it is a great time to buy because you have just been seeing it great in these more niche sports.
Yeah, everybody on the team has been running great. Jan has just been doing fantastic in cricket. Jan and I tackled tennis, and we've just absolutely crushed. We've been giving out a lot of free plays, and I know you guys have been seeing that and cashing. 5% NFL best bet is up. We hit, 3 out of our last 4, so we're seeing the playoffs really well. You get 25% off anything. This is daily packages. This is 3 days, 7 days, but it also is going to include a year-long pass, and we know that's a pretty big commitment.
Yeah,
we strongly recommend it because instead of just buying these 7 days and 7 days, you lock in a year. It's by far the best deal. We're going to run this all the way through January. So if you need a couple days to think about it, I understand. But if you think you're going to do it now. That way you get plays starting today. That's really key. You don't want to miss out on any of the plays. So we're number 1 last 3 days. We're number 1 last 7 days. We're up 36 units in 2026. Told you that 2026 was going to be our bounce back year. I was really bummed with how 2025 went, but it's all plays. And the nice thing about a year, you don't have to decide, when am I going to jump in? When am I going to jump in? When do I get plays? Just, they all get emailed. You see our analysis with every single sport.
You're going to get the Super Bowl prop package. You're going to get all of that stuff. And Andy, 9 days away from the start of NCAA men's lacrosse season. We're 32 days away from the Premier League for the Premier Lacrosse League Championship Series. That's always historically, knock on wood, been a pretty good bankroll builder for us. So no brainer to hop on that Lang 25, man. Exciting time for sure.
All right, let's bring in who is number 2. This is awesome. Joe and I, number 1, number 2, last 3 days. Joe's seeing the board really well. So Joe, I know you're bummed about Miami, but
you bring it up right out of the gate here. You bring it up right out of the gate for Joe. Joe, come on.
Well, I'm gonna make Joe feel better. I'm looking at a weather map right now. Basically, the entire country is going to be at 0 degrees, except for this one itty bitty little piece that's in Florida.
That's correct. Yep.
I'm literally having firewood delivered today. I got to stack it in the living room. Dan is getting how much snow?
Looks like 15 inches coming this weekend. Joe. 15 inches. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you guys over the air conditioner. What'd you say? Let me lower that a little bit. Hold on, it's my bad. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so sorry. But just snow, you say? Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. Here I am raking sand traps on the 18th hole, and you guys are out there laying rock salt. That's a shame. That's awful. Absolutely awful.
Well played, Joe. Well played. Just real quick thoughts on the game. It was an absolutely fantastic game. Your team got the cover. I'm glad the game was close. Your team is going to be both our teams are going to be around for a while. That's a good system, good coaching staff. What were your thoughts on the season?
Yeah, listen. Good teams win, great teams cover, Andy, and I think we had a little bit of both there. So while it certainly sucked, they only played a half. Would have been nice if they played the first half. But all in all, listen, college football is better when you get some new blood in there, like Indiana. Who is now, of course, going to get everyone's best shot moving forward. And Cignetti is just a walking meme. It's fantastic. And the U is, make no mistake about it, the U is back, and college football is much better for it with those teams. I mean, let's face it, Ohio States of the world getting a little boring here.
Hope it gets down to 50 in Miami. This is total crap.
I won't leave the house if it does there, John. I'm just trying to
out the parka.
I don't even have clothes for that. That's I might go into hibernation at that point.
Oh my God. I ordered 2 space heaters the other day off of Amazon. Oh my God. Well, let's break down a couple games here. We got NBA prime time. We got Warriors, Mavs, Lakers, Clippers. all four of these teams have very interesting paths moving forward. Shame for Jimmy Butler and the Warriors. That team is cooked. Mavericks are kind of in this no man's land, but it's all about Cooper Flag with them. But what are we doing with this game tonight in particular? How do you see this one going down?
Well, we've seen two moves so far here. We've seen a move to the under. This was up at 235.5, and we've seen a move to the under. And we have seen, of course, a little bit of a freeze here on Golden State. What cracks me up here is the amount of tickets and money heading to Dallas. Has anybody watched Dallas play basketball this year? Are you kidding me here? Now, I get it. They're a home dog, but this is exactly the kind of spot, Andy, that we see in the NBA where everyone loved Golden State, right, in that last game against Toronto, and they got absolutely smoked. So now everyone's like, oh, boy, that's it. The overreaction, let's run away from – listen, they didn't trade Kuminga, so he's in the rotation now. The kid hadn't played in 5 months, wasn't even in the building, and still managed to drop 20-plus, filling in for Jimmy Butler in the last game. This will be his second game in there, and it's not like the Golden State Warriors starters had to play 40 minutes in that blowout game. So this is exactly the kind of spot where you're buying low on Golden State here. Yes, they're a road favorite, but the Mavericks are not a good team at all in any way, shape, or form. And I got no worries thinking maybe the Warriors are sick and tired of hearing about, I knew Jimmy Butler's out, Yeah, no. There are going to need to be points in this game, and there's only one team I trust to score them, and that would be the Golden State Warriors.
I get it. Yeah, makes total sense. This talk of Anthony Davis trade. Who's trading for Anthony Davis like this and that contract?
2026.
It's laughable.
And we're still talking Anthony Davis trades. Yeah.
They're reevaluating him in 5 weeks, and then they'll make a determination on whether he's coming back. Like, why? You are low-key tanking to begin with. Who are we kidding here, Dallas? Like, you're not – what are you vying for? You're vying for ping pong balls. That's the only thing that matters to you right now. So I don't get it. I think Dallas, the future looks bright, but you're going to have to make some decisions in the offseason. It'd be one thing if they had Lively available to them. They've had to deal with a ton of injuries, and they got to get Kyrie back so that at least they can get the reps together, him and Cooper. And I believe that they will be fine in the future. But this year is all about making sure you keep him upright and not on the on the injured list here at all costs for Cooper Flag.
Data Davis.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
The poor guy has to wear goggles the rest of his career because of the eye injury. So let's move on to the next game. We're talking Lakers Clippers, Battle of LA. This Lakers team, you look at the record and you're like, oh, they're pretty good. And then you watch them play and you're like, they're not that good. But it's basically a pick 'em here over under 223.5. What are we doing with the Battle of Los Angeles?
Well, overnight line, so the Clippers at -2. But really, this is all going to hinge upon whether Kawhi Leonard is available tonight in Inglewood. Now, he has been there because he left the road trip from the East Coast to come back to get that knee worked on. But the prevailing thought is that he is going here tonight. Otherwise, as far as I'm concerned, the Lakers would have been the favorite already at this point. So I do think he is going to play tonight. And if he does, I mean, listen, they were so bad at one point, don't forget, back in the end of December. I think they had 6 wins at that point in the season until December 20th at the Crypto, and they destroyed the Lakers, and then they won 13 of their next 16 games. So, but I want nothing to do with the Clippers unless, of course, we get ourselves a Kawhi Leonard is going and he is ready to go here. I want nothing to do with them without Kawhi, but I do think that if he's not going, the Lakers are going to go off as the favorite in a big way. Either way, I'm not sure that I see more than 223.5 points in this game also. It feels like this could be an under, first one to 105, 107 wins.
I couldn't agree more. And Brian, he brings it up. Luka points, rebounds, and assists consistently. I don't know why he hates the Clippers so much, but he just decimates.
He always has. Yeah, he's always been money there. But it's not like, listen, the Lakers are rolling either. I mean, they beat a jet-lagged Raptors team, and then they beat a nobody playing for the Denver Nuggets team, and before that they were on a 1-5 run. So it's not like the Lakers are red hot. Not until they get Reeves back. I wouldn't be looking at overs. And I'm not sure if Kawhi plays, they win this game tonight.
So we had your boy Prez got us involved in a comment off. Who could get the most comments yesterday? And the people came through actually on both shows. They both did really good.
To be fair, we stacked the deck against Prez because we just said, please comment Prez is a douche. And then the comments just lit up.
Works every time.
Every time.
Every time. Yep. Every time. Yeah. You have no idea what it was like listening to him try to explain that on the best betting show ever.
I can only imagine.
Yeah,
Steam
that was
out the ears. Yeah.
That was great.
But still,
20 minutes I'll never get back in my life.
Uploaded every single afternoon, best betting show ever. It's a great compliment to the stuff on the channel here. So if you haven't checked it out already, check it out. Joe Raineri, Art to Caesar, Prez, and they got Merrill coming on Thursdays and Fridays now. So a great show. Definitely check that out.
Best part about that is that you'll hear nothing from the Prez because Merrill and I just talk over him the entire time. It's fantastic.
Ideal.
Really good stuff. Yeah.
It's the key. Joe, you're running hot as well. Number 2 up there on the leaderboard. Always a good thing for yourself and for clients. What do you have up for everybody?
Well, I am locked in both NFL games this week, and I got them in early because there were a couple of plays and edges that to me is just too good to pass up. One of them is a 5%. The other is a 4%. So both of those are available over at WagerTalk.com. Got a great run in college basketball as well right now. I got 2 plays here tonight that are available over at the page, and we got 2 NBA games as well. So, just rolling right now, not only in college basketball, but, of course, the NBA. This season has been absolutely fantastic, but go get yourself that 5% play in the NFL this weekend. Jump on it here because I'm not sure how much longer we're going to be able to take advantage of this of the market.
Yeah, probably not too many more NFL games on the horizon. Joe Raineri running hot and staying hot down in Florida while the rest of us suffer. So
enjoy that.
Don't get
Can
sunburned.
I turn my air conditioner back up? Are we good?
You're good. You're good. Yeah.
Right.
Mark
Let me
safe.
get that.
Yeah.
Well, it's 71 and I'm sweating right now. This is brutal. This is terrible.
Small little violin for you.
It's insufferable. Thanks, Joe. Always good to talk to you, brother.
Joe. Good luck.
Enjoy, guys. Thank you.
Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, man. You got to check out those 5%.
So
very rare that you have a guy like Joe hitting across all of these different sports. So you want to hop on that now. I mean, you guys did that 7-day special. You can take advantage of that special that we have going this weekend as well. $10 per day, week of all access. You get 3 days. Essentially, you're paying for 3 days. You get 7 days of plays. So that's on everybody's pages as well. So definitely worth checking out on a guy like Joe.
Imagine if you got that 7-day special, like Seth said, like last Saturday, and now Joe and I are number 1. I mean, in Wager Talk units, 50 combined units the last 3 days.
Yeah.
Holy.
And so often, like when we run those combo specials, sometimes it's like a kiss of death, you know what I mean? Where it's like, God damn it, and I was seeing it really well. The exact opposite. You guys went on freaking heaters when people are hopping on board. Gotta love it, man.
We ain't slowing down. No. This is our year, man. So I literally asked Gianni to partner up to get me more markets for tennis doubles. This is going to be the 2026 market. So let's do some free plays in all around the world, and then we'll get out of here. Let's see we cashed that women's doubles on all around the world. I will look at the lines tonight. They're in Australia, so the start times are very strange and the lines come out at weird times. Here's what I got. De'Aaron Fox over 1.5 made threes. He's gone over in 5 straight. He's averaging 4.6 attempts and he's shooting 51%. He's in a pretty nice groove, and Utah gives up the most attempts and makes from 3. So Spurs, Jazz, De'Aaron Fox over. I'm going to UFC. I saw some people mention in the chat this Krylov-Bukauskas fight under 1.5 rounds. It's under 1.5 rounds. Dan, do you know about Nikita Krylov? Do you know?
I do not know about Nikita Krylov. Everything I know about UFC is I learned from you, Kyle Anthony, and Gianni. So I do not know about Krylov.
So Nikita Krylov is from Russia/Ukraine. He's been in 41 professional fights. These don't even count the ones that there's no documentation of. He once fought like 6 times in 1 month, way back when.
A dog.
This and then he disappeared. A couple years ago, he just disappeared. Nobody knew where he was. People thought he actually was dead. There were rumors that he was in the war, and then he just shows up and he's like, I would like to be a UFC fighter again. And he has gotten knocked out in both fights in the first round since his return. So
I am here to be broken.
Is an under. This guy's chin is gone, and he's a violent fighter. This is not going over 1.5 rounds. Bukauskas can finish. He smoked Paul Craig in the last fight. We had a nice cash on Bukauskas to finish. So this is violence galore in this fight. Take the under. And then Alperen Sengun to have a double-double. As long as Steven Adams is out, this is worth it. It's just barely plus money, plus 105. Over in the last 2 games without Adams in the lineup. And now he's like their center. The only other guy is Clint Capella. So he's playing 33 minutes, and he's had a double-double in the last 2 games against Philly. So Alperen Sengun should get there just by getting all the minutes that he gets. So those are your free plays. So, all right, that's going to do it. Dan and I are going to get ready for the imminent storm, as I'm sure most of you that live in the U.S. are going to do it, but we are going to be back tomorrow. We've got, it's technically Football Friday, but now it's Football NBA UFC Friday. So we got a big show tomorrow.
It's starting to turn just back into Friday, Andy. Rapidly approaching to be just Friday. Yes, unfortunately.
We're gonna make Fridays dope. They're gonna be awesome. So thank you very much, Dan. Glad you're feeling better, and thank you all in the chat. We don't want to drop off on the comments. So if we made you some money, if you've enjoyed the content, please just leave a quick comment. It can be a smiley face, a letter. It just helps us out. And please hit the like button. That's the easiest thing you can do. Just boop, hit the like button. Helps the algorithm out on YouTube. So overheard me on the subway say, "Are Ukraine this weekend?"
Smashed my Risk board. How you were playing Risk on the subway, Rob, beyond me.
It's great. It's great. Love the chat. You guys bring the heat every single day. And tomorrow we're going to get you ready for the weekend.
Good luck,
so
everybody.
Same time, same place. Good luck on all your bets. And we'll see everyone tomorrow. Take care.